Es el anuncio del nuevo producto de Sonos, que es el Playbase, que ustedes están viendo acá. Ese anuncio está la información a nivel global. Alejandro Sánchez es el gerente de soluciones de consumer de Intelligos. Intelligos es una compañía mexicana que es el distribuidor mayorista exclusivo en México. Todos los productos de Sonos, ya sea a través del canal de integradores o a través de retail, se comercializan a través de Intelligos. La compañía tiene sede en Monterrey y Alejandro también, pues, ya durante muchos años ha estado a cargo del negocio de Sonos, casi 10 años, ¿no? En México.
Somos una empresa de 15 años en el mercado, fuimos la primera empresa que puso en el mercado speakers, altavoces, bocinas inalámbricas para multi-habitación, multi-room, fue nuestro valor agregado en su momento. Hoy tenemos 7 productos en el mercado, quizás rápidamente para estar en la misma página todos. Nuestro producto más compacto es el Play 1 que tienen atrás, ahí tienen en esos estantes, tienen ahí un par de Play 1s, en este caso blancos, también existen en negro. El Play 3, que es nuestra bocina mediana, que es esa que está allá, se alcanzan a ver al lado de la cafetera. ¿Tu dedito, Alex? Por favor, gracias. Ya la vieron ahí paradita. La tercera en tamaño es el Play 5, que es hasta afuera, alcanzan a ver ahí en la terraza. Bien, este es el Play 5. Esos son los que llamamos nuestras todo en uno. En inglés se llaman all-in-ones. Entonces, esos son los tres parlantes o bocinas que tenemos para las recámaras. Tenemos nuestros productos de teatro en casa. En teatro en casa, bueno, quizás ustedes algunos no pasaron, tenemos otro departamento acá abajo, pero tenemos el play bar, pero quizás lo han visto, por ahí una barra de sonido. Tenemos el subwoofer, acá está aquí atrás de mí, este es el subwoofer, este es el blanco, pero también existe el negro, muy bonito también, por cierto, también está ahí abajo por si los quisieran conocer, tomar fotos para sus artículos. Esos son nuestros productos de teatro en casa, con la adición ahora del Playbase, que ahorita vamos a hablar un poco más a detalle de eso. Adicionalmente de estos productos de teatro en casa, que también pueden funcionar como bocinas separadas, ¿no? De una televisión, tenemos los conectores, los componentes. Ese que está aquí en la mesa es el Connect Amp, esta cajita que ven ahí. Este nos permite conectarnos con otras bocinas de otros fabricantes que requieran un amplificador. Con esto las conectamos y las integramos a nuestro sistema Sonos inalámbrico, Wi-Fi, y pues disfrutamos toda la música del planeta con bocinas de otras marcas. También existe el Connect, que si tuvieras un amplificador, lo puedes conectar o a otros dispositivos. No sé, bueno, otra vez ustedes no pudieron pasar allá abajo, pero allá abajo tenemos una tornamesa que está conectada con un Connect, está conectada, para la redundancia, con un Play Bar y con el SOB y con todos los altavoces que tenemos en el departamento. Entonces, una firma muy dinámica, unos productos que puedes crecer con el tiempo. Puedes empezar con un Play 1 y vas creciendo. Eliseo nos cuenta que tiene 3 Play 5s y seguro empezaste con 1 o con 2 y fuiste creciendo, ¿no? Entonces, eso un poco en cuanto a la compañía. Quisiera mencionar quizás algo más. ¿Alguien de ustedes conoce la misión de Sonos? Bueno, pues nuestra misión es llenar cada casa, cada hogar con música. En inglés diríamos fill every home with music. Que es una misión muy, podría parecer sencilla, pero a la vez muy ambiciosa. Hoy estamos presentes en Palacio de Hierro, Liverpool, Best Buy, y en línea con todos ellos, más Amazon, y hay activos que tenemos que mejorar. Y denos un poquito unos meses más adelante y verán una mejor presencia en estos sectores. Además, inclusive también trabajando con los integradores, los especialistas de audio y video, que son un canal muy importante para nosotros. A nivel mundial representan una tercera parte de nuestras ventas y son quienes inclusive satisfacen las necesidades más complejas de algunos de nuestros usuarios. Entonces queremos trabajar también muy de la mano y apoyarlos. Creemos que hay un grave problema a nivel mundial. Dos terceras partes de los hogares, 67%, de los hogares en el mundo padecen del silencio en el hogar. Los silent home, como diríamos en inglés. Son casas en las que pues, están bajo el mismo techo, pero están todos sin comunicarse, no integrados. La música, falta el elemento musical que nos integra como una comunidad. Hay muchas razones para esto, les comparto algunas y también les vamos a compartir este estudio. Empezando, por ejemplo, porque cuando nos vamos haciendo adultos y mejor te vas haciendo jefe de familia y tienes hijos, de repente dejas de escuchar música. El 60% de encuestados dijeron que ahora que son adultos, escuchan mucho menos música que cuando eran jóvenes.
Look at them. This is just not right. It wasn't always like this. No. This is a new sickness. Everyone's together. All alone.
Everyone's together, all alone.
Silence.
Silence. Silence.
Want to know how to fix it?
Because this is not our first home theater product. This is our second. We came out with Play Bar about 3 years ago, and in its price band, it's the best-selling soundbar in the world, and it has been for a couple of years now. So we're very, very proud of it, and we've also learned an awful lot along the way. I think one of the things that we did really well early on was making a soundbar for music lovers. There's a lot of great product on the market. We're not immune to our friendly competitors building really cool stuff. But most of the soundbars are really designed to be television first, and in some cases, television only. In other words, if the TV's not on, they don't work. Our product was really designed for someone that has a broader lifestyle than just television. I know in my home, maybe some of your homes too, TV is on, I don't know, 30% of the time, but music could be going on 70% of the time. So that was one of the original design criteria, and it holds true with the Playbase as well. So the consumer electronics industry has really kind of overlooked this category. We think that there's a lot of cool products out there, but they're not really addressing the big issue. For us, it was a realization that 70% of all the TVs being sold in the marketplace today globally are not mounted to the wall. They're set onto a nice piece of furniture, much like this. And while we love our Playbase, our Play Bar, it's really doing well for us, it really is more designed for someone that has an on-wall application, right? So that gave us a lot of good thinking and thoughts on this, what we're calling a brand new reinvention of the category, our Playbase. We've been working on our Playbase for 3 years now.
There's no one way an idea gets started at Sonos, but the nugget of insight was 70% of TVs are actually sitting on furniture. They're not mounted to the wall.
We saw an opportunity to make a product specific for that.
I mean, we looked at a lot of different design directions. All of them felt forced to not just arrive where you're underneath the TV set.
How are we going to invent sound to fit into this very thin form factor? And then we asked for creative solutions from the acoustic scene. What we actually discovered,
It's very flat, but there's a lot of volume to work with.
we had to figure out a way to put a woofer in a flat orientation. Way to move all the airflow that woofer generates. We needed a port that is longer than the product itself. The S port, the Dr. Seuss horn.
The snorkel,
The snake.
Mr. Snuffleupagus.
We actually have to create 50 different versions of the S port.
We do a lot of building and testing because stuff can work in theory, but may not work in practice.
It needed to look like it was carved from a slab of granite.
And that's why we tipped over into this very understated design.
We could actually individually drill each of these holes. I think it's 41,000 last I counted.
43,000.
Plus or minus 1,000.
The holes wanted to be small so the thing looked solid and robust.
Except if you put a grid of holes in front of that subwoofer.
It would make a chuffing noise. Funny sounds like swoop, shoop, beep.
But we needed bigger holes on the side to accommodate this airflow problem.
They're not just acoustic speakers, they're also mini computers.
The fine-tuning is really the challenge. It's always, how can we make it better?
For manufacturing partners, probably say we are the most difficult customers because
We tend to compromise as little as possible. When you look at Playbase, you're actually looking at years of the effort of the people here with no compromises.
Making simple thing that is never simple.
We do all this hard work, and the goal is it just elegantly fades into the background so that the quality of sound is front and center.
And we're not talking about just some guy's hard time, you've had the luxury of visiting our laboratory in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
We have, I would say, world-class standards, world-class engineering, software, hardware, designers. We've had a team, a big team, working on this for 3 years to get it right. So it takes a lot to do things right, as you know. We're really shifting our thinking and really going towards what we'll call more and more seamless design. If you haven't noticed our sub before, if you get a close look at the sub, now available in white, which I kind of like, it looks like the sub came like popping out of like an injection mold machine. There's no seams, there's no gaps. It's seamless. And so that's part of the whole design criteria that we wanted to forward into the Playbase. When you get a chance after the presentation, we have one here, we have one there. What you'll notice is there is no seam. There's no gap. You can't tell where the edge actually starts and stops. Radius corners. Again, a lot of engineering and design going into this piece to make it what we would call a seamless design. It's the thinnest product that we've ever made by quite a bit. Matter of fact, it passes the credit card test. Right? It's about the same height as your credit card is tall.
I like to do this because you can see.
Yeah. It's very, very thin.
So this can fit in your bedroom?
Yes, exactly. And it's also much thinner than some of our friendly competitors. So again, we looked at really the entire marketplace before settling on the final designs. It was a strategic decision that when we started designing this, that it would be exactly the same price as the Play Bar. Not a peso more, not a peso less, exactly the same price. And there was a reason. We knew that when we released something new, people would go, oh, it's new. It's got a little woofer, right? It's got a little different look. It must be better, especially if there's a price difference. Or if it was less. Oh, it must not be as good. The other one must be better. I better go listen to it for hours and try to figure this stuff out. That's not the intent here. The intent is we want to make products that are designed for the right application and the right fit. So if someone says, hey, I'm putting a 70-inch TV on the wall, I don't want to see any wires, I want it to be super clean, I want the speaker to mount to the wall, we have a solution for that. It's called Playbar, and it's great. If someone says, hey, I have a beautiful piece of furniture, great, I don't want to be doing a bunch of mounting, I just want to set the TV down, fantastic, we have Playbase. So it's really about design and fit, less about price point, right, and features. If you lifted up the hood and you saw what was inside of here, it's pretty masterful. There's a tweeter on the end here, this way, in almost like a loaded horn array. Same thing on this side, so it's got a very wide dispersion. So you have one tweeter, two tweeters, three tweeters. You have 6 mid-range drivers, and you also have a subwoofer. And each one of these, now I'm talking about 10 drivers, and each driver has a dedicated digital amplifier. So there's 10 drivers, there's 10 digital amplifiers. Now I'll toot our horn a little bit here. If you open up the hood for most people's products like this, that plugs into the wall, they don't have dedicated amplifiers for every driver. They use one amplifier and then they use kind of like a peanut butter, spread it around and make it work okay. I'll go back to the Tesla analogy. That's one of the beauties of the Tesla all-wheel drive is they have an electric motor direct mounted to each wheel. Much higher performance. So again, challenging for sure. And there's no extra space. I asked you, I carried this from Seattle with me yesterday all the way down here. And I did take an airplane. But it's very heavy. It weighs 18 pounds. It's fully packed. There is no airspace. If you lifted the top up, there's no room for nothing else. It's extremely packed and dense. Also, we knew that because the TVs are getting bigger and bigger in the placement, we want a product that can live about 10 years, right? So you might have a 55-inch TV today, but there's no saying that you wouldn't have a 70-inch TV in the future. These can handle 75 pounds of weight.
34 kilos.
And that's much more even than the biggest 80, 90-inch TV. They're less, about half that weight.
Before you go too far, I guess maybe you want to mention the patents.
Thank you. Yeah, and I had this presentation going in my head today, so that I may have skipped that. There's 40 patents on this, and there's 4 patents just on the woofer design itself. So we are very proud of what it is that we're doing, and we're trying to protect our assets. We also this is what we call our next generation array. You notice there's a pretty radical arc here that rounds its way around. So mechanically, we want to shape the sound, and then we also shape the sound with software, right? And we'll touch on that a little bit more. You may have heard about TruePlay. You may know about TruePlay, but I'll talk a little bit about TruePlay. Now, we do this advanced array because we know that there's sound from the sides that are going to bounce off the walls and have different timing cues, and the same thing with the tweeters firing straight at you. So we want to make sure that regardless of where you sit, it's going to sound good. Now in a perfect world, everyone has a room that's rectangular and just like this. But the truth of the matter really is that it adapts to your life, because we know that while we think people were going to have a room like this, oftentimes it's like that. The TV's over in the corner, right? You don't have everything just so perfect. So through the advanced array, through software and TruePlay, you can shape the sound to fit the room regardless of where you put it. In the easiest way I can explain it, TruePlay uses the microphone in your iOS device to listen to the room and take the room out of the equation. Let me describe a story. So we're very proud of our Play 1. You may have seen it before. We just hit a milestone. We've actually produced over 5 million Play 1s. So the tolerances on that and the manufacturing are very tight. There's factories building them very quickly. If I took 3 of them and put them in front of us right here and put on your favorite song, okay? Let's say everybody knows the song. We play the song. I guarantee you, blindfolded, everyone would say, yep, sounds exactly the same. This one, and that one, it sounds the same. Now, I take those same 3 and now I move them into different environments. Maybe I put one over there by the toaster, by the wine bottle. Then I take another one, I put it in the small bathroom, by the mirror, very reflective sound. And I put another one, I put in the master bedroom alongside of the nightstand. Now I play that same song again and we walk from room to room. I guarantee you, they sound a little different. It's not the sound of the song, and it's not the speaker, it's the environment. Okay? With TruePlay, we can take the environment out of the equation. Originally, TruePlay was designed just for our all-in-one speakers. And just recently, we changed and updated to TruePlay 2.0. And now we can do it for home theater with 3.0, 3.1 with a sub, or 5.1 with surround sounds. And it listens to everything, including the music listening space of where you are on the couch. So it's pretty amazing technology. As I mentioned, available in white, also available in black. We just got an announcement actually earlier today. Can you touch on the release?
Sure. Y va a estar disponible en Estados Unidos el 4 de abril. En México estamos trabajando para que esté también aquí a la mitad de abril. Quizás el único reto que tengo es que es Semana Santa. Entonces como que estamos viendo si nos conviene esperar un poquito pasando Semana Santa para que pues, cuando lo pongamos en las tiendas la gente lo vaya a ver y no se quede ahí como mosqueándose, porque todo el mundo está de vacaciones. Entonces mitad de abril y en la página de Estados Unidos la gente lo va a poder preordenar a partir de mañana. En México todavía tenemos esa disponibilidad.
¿Precio tentativo?
El precio tentativo es, first he asked about availability, now he asked about the price. Algo que hicimos, o que queremos hacer es que, vamos a hacer mejor dicho, es que sea el mismo precio que Playback. Porque queremos que para ti que quieras convertir tus clientes, tus radioescuchas o tus lectores, no te pelees con que bueno, este es mejor que el Playback, o el Playback es una chafa. Entonces es el mismo precio. En Estados Unidos $699. En México hoy el Playbar vale $18,499, con IVA incluido. Y la idea es que, una vez más, para ti como usuario puedas decir, bueno, compro el que más se adapta a mis necesidades, compro el que más se adapta a lo que yo necesito en casa.